my beautiful, handsome boys and babes. Welcome back to the Kunchy Show, the channel of your own. So guys, leo tumematungi on the street kiasi na topic ya leo ni between Ruto na baba, nani atakalia hiyo kiti? Watu wangu mnaonaje? Hebu tusikie vile watu watasema ama ni aje? Hey, mambo?
Poa sana.
Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Victor.
Victor, yes. Umetoka wapi?
Rongai.
Rongai, okay. Yes. Victor, yes. Leo tuko tunawauliza watu kuhusu kati ya baba na Ruto, nani atashinda? Wewe unaonaje?
In my view, I would say Raila will win the 2022 August elections.
Why say so?
Because Raila is people's favorite candidate. He has fought so much for this country. He has been very crucial in fighting for our struggles. For instance, the second liberation, he was part of it. So I think this is a moment that the Kenyans should consider him and give him a chance at that presidency. Because we know this is his last stab at the presidency, so it will be good if we give him that chance. And another thing that is an additional advantage to him is his deputy that he recently announced, Martha Karua, as his deputy for the AZIMIO One Kenya coalition. Martha Karua is a known figure in this country. She has also been in the limelight fighting for liberation in this country, and she also brings the Mount Kenya votes to AZIMIO One Kenya coalition. Yeah. So that is what I think.
Okay, you shainda straight to the point. Let me just ask this the last question. Yeah. Between deputy president wa Ruto ama wa baba, unaona nani atapeana so many votes?
Okay, now AZIMIO One Kenya coalition has got Martha Karua, and UDA DP Ruto selected Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. So if I can compare the two, I would say Martha Karua has got an upper hand for two reasons. One, she is known all over the country. Yeah. I remember in 2013, she contested for the presidency and she garnered around 40,000 votes. So I think through that, she already has a ground compared to Rigathi Gachagua, who has only been MP for Mathira constituency. So Gachagua is only known in his backyard, but Martha Karua is known all over the country. Secondly, Martha Karua brings in the women votes because she's a woman, and this country has been struggling to implement the 2/3 gender rule. So I think Martha Karua being there as a female deputy president, it kind of gives women hope that they are in one way or another considered for, in an attempt to achieve the 2/3 gender rule. So I feel she brings the women votes in AZIMIO One Kenya coalition. Then I can also add that she comes from Mount Kenya actually. So I think there could be some sort of an additional votes to AZIMIO One Kenya, because Raila has always been vying for presidency, but for the first time ever, he is going to receive votes from Mount Kenya, because that is something that he has never managed to achieve all over in his political struggles.
And also, nasemaje kuhusu Kalonzo kwa hii elections?
So Kalonzo has been very undecided kwa hii elections actually. He has not made his stance on where he wants to be actually. Because I remember they started as one Kenya. They came up with One Kenya Alliance, which was consisting of Gideon Moi. Then there was Wetangula, there was Mudavadi, and Martha Karua as well. But Wetangula and Mudavadi decided to join the UDA team, leaving Kalonzo and Gideon Moi this other side. So they also decided to form a pact with AZIMIO that is when which resulted into AZIMIO One Kenya Alliance. And Kalonzo tabled his demands that he wanted to be the next deputy president of this country. But we understand from the previous election, we had the NASA coalition, but which involved the players that I've already mentioned. But AZIMIO coming in for this election, they are different players actually. They are different players in this game. But it requires some degree of thoughtful considerations, which I think Raila tried to do. And he also made an attempt to tackle UDA's move of picking Gachagua as their running mate. So they also needed a deputy from Mount Kenya, because we know Mount Kenya is rich of votes. Over 5 million votes come from Mount Kenya. So I think it was very crucial for AZIMIO to pick a running mate from Mount Kenya. But it seems Kalonzo was not satisfied with that decision. So he decided to make a press conference, I think the very day that AZIMIO also announced their candidate. And he also picked Sankuli as his running mate because he wanted to go alone. But I think at this particular time, he doesn't stand a chance of winning, even if he goes alone. Because I think it is a two-horse race. It is Ruto and Raila. Him coming to this race at this particular time won't give him an advantage. So the best thing that he can do, he should go back to AZIMIO. I think that is the most likely thing that he can do. Because if he decides to go alone, then either AZIMIO or UDA wins, he will lose his influence in Ukambani. Because UDA has got Mutua and AZIMIO has got Kivuta Kibwana and has got Ngilu as well. Yeah. Whoever will win, either of the two political divides, whoever will win, the political leaders from Ukambani will definitely take over that influence. So Kalonzo, the best decision is to go back to AZIMIO. And I think another thing that he might try to do, he might decide to go alone and at least deter the others from reaching the 51%, so that we can have a rerun. So he can use that as a bargaining chip. You understand? He can use that as a bargaining chip so that he can be given a position in the elections, in the event of a rerun. So those are my thoughts.
So tukimalizia, unaweza taka shout out pale kwa watu wangapi?
Okay. I want to give a big shout out to my fellow countrymen, the Kenyans. I would urge them to vote in very good leaders who will transform this nation, leaders who will take our problems into their hearts, leaders who will make the citizens a consideration. Because I think at this particular moment, the situation is very tough. The rate of unemployment is very high. I think the national debt is very high. So these are things that we really need to change. But we can only change them if we have very good leaders. And another thing, as we approach these elections, we should also embrace peace. We should embrace peace. We shouldn't fight against one another just to impress the politicians. Because at the end of the day, we are one Kenya. At the end of the day, we are one Kenya. We should not be divided along tribal lines. And I would urge them to make a very, very good choice when it comes very good decision, very good choice when it comes to these elections, because it will determine whether we are going to enjoy good fruits or we are going to suffer for another 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. So guys, that was all for today. Stay tuned to the next episode. Woo!